guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be starting a brand new TBR challenge vlog. Dude, I have no idea where I'm at with my TBR. I just know it's going down. I think it was at like 96 the last count. So, making some progress. This vlog, I have no idea how many I'm going to read. As of right now, my plan is to read Ghosting, Still Beating, and Forever Interrupted. We're going to start with Ghosting, and Ghosting, we're following Miles and, oh, I just read her name. I don't remember her name. I just read it. Anyways, so anyway, we're following Miles and this girl, and they are ghostwriters for these competing online dating profile companies. And they're both interacting in real life in the coffee shop that they're working at. And not like working at, but like they're on their computers in the cafe, interacting there in real life. Anyways, did you get all that? But so they end up meeting, I guess, online and talking and all these things, and they don't know it's the other person, kind of like You've Got Mail sort of situation. So I'm super interested to know like where we're gonna go with this. Sounds like it could be like enemies to lovers sort of thing, of like we bicker in real life and then like we meet online and we actually like have a connection sort of thing. I don't know, but I do think it'd be like a really cute romance. It's like 10 hours, so it's not like super time consuming. That was the phrase I was looking for. But yeah, it's definitely love a good romance. This one is all romances. Interesting. I didn't do that on purpose. Anywho, I think that is all for now. Welcome to the vlog. Okay, so I've been reading Ghosting, and it's not bad. I'm just not like super loving it. I don't really know how we're gonna like connect with the people. We have dual perspectives happening. We're following Miles and what was her name? Zoe? Yeah, Zoe. I'm pretty sure it was Zoe. So we're following Miles and Zoe, and they both work for different ghostwriting apps or ghostwriting companies, and they ghostwrite for dating websites. The way that it works is that if you're on a dating website, you hire one of them to ghostwrite for you for the first little bit. When you're talking to a new person, they try to find you a good match, and then once they get you going with this person, then they let you take over. And we're following Miles and Zoe as they are working on their job. They're both trying to like do better and improve and all those things, right? So we have like that dynamic. Miles and Zoe have met in real life. They fight over desserts or breakfast, and they fight over a table at this coffee shop that they both go to. And so in real life, they're sort of like bickering back and forth, but it's like not like mean or spiteful. They're just kind of petty, like one of them will get the big table, and then the next morning, the other one will get there early and they'll be like, haha, I got it. It's like that kind of thing. Meanwhile, so they're ghostwriting at work, right? The people that they're ghostwriting for have matched on the website. And so they're interacting with each other, pretending to be other people. And I don't know how we're going to go from that to now we're interacting and we understand that we have a connection. So I don't know where we're going to go, but it's decent enough. I'm having a decent time. It's not a very long audiobook. I think it's like 10 hours, and I think I'm like 4 hours in. So we're getting ready to hit like that mid-book twist. So definitely keep you updated. Okay, so I have no idea if I've given you the final synopsis for, not final synopsis, my final thoughts for Ghosting, because I think that video deleted. So if this video now doesn't make any sense and it's all like choppy and weird, that's why. So I'm sorry. But anyways, so Ghosting. Ghosting is, I think I have given you like the synopsis. My final thoughts for Ghosting. Sorry, we're all over the place. My final thoughts. I liked it well enough. I think I told you before that I wasn't sure how we were going to like connect on all the things. We connected. It was totally fine. I think that it worked really well how everyone connected. As far as Zoe and Miles, I think that their relationship was really cute and interesting, and I really like their dynamic with each other. I don't know that it's a romance that I'm going to remember in 2 months. So it's definitely not one that like is a must read. But if you're looking for a cute little story, then, go right ahead. Definitely wasn't a waste of time. It was probably like a 2.5, 3-star book. So not bad. I did like some of the dialogue and the banter. I love a good banter. And I think for me that's what saved it quite a bit was the banter and the interactions between Miles and Zoe. I really like them together. But yeah, that's really all that I have to say about that one. I did start Still Beating. This one is by like Jennifer Hartman or something. This one I've heard mixed things. I originally heard of this book several years ago on YouTube, and the girl that I heard it from loved it. Like, this was one of her absolute favorite books ever. And then I was listening to Beth Morvant. She had read it recently, and she hated it. Absolutely hated it. And now that I'm like in it, like I can see why like already, and I get it why she didn't like it. I'm not very far. I think I might be 2 hours into it, so I'm really not far at all. But I already don't like the main character much. She feels really petty, and I'll tell you this because this is not a spoiler. This happens within like the first couple of chapters. So I don't even know her name. Her name's Cora. Her name is Cora. Her sister's name is Mandy, and the dude's name is like Luke or Jacob or something. I don't remember his name. But they all three went to school together, and Cora's sister, Mandy, has been dating him for a long time. Well, I guess that he would give her a hard time in high school, and he would, tease her and pick on her and all kinds of stuff. And so, where Mandy's been dating him forever, that's kind of become the dynamic between him and Mandy, not Mandy, Cora. The dynamic between him and Cora is that they mess with each other. And she is still holding this against him that he was mean to her in high school. You guys are in your 30s. It's been 15 years. Like, at what point do we let it go? Now, granted, at this point, I do not know all of the things that he did to her in high school. Maybe something he did really was like really bad and she really needs to, still be mad about it. But I don't know. And I don't get that feeling. I get the feeling that she is like this mad at him to make a good enemies to lovers storyline. And I feel like it's a little bit forced. But also, this is a romance book. And he is currently engaged to her sister. Like, they are getting married in 4 weeks when this story starts. And I have no idea how we are going to justify him switching sisters. I don't know. And so that's a little bit concerning. But now, listen, the reason I'm reading it is so she ends up needing a ride home. She calls him, he comes and gets her. This is Cora. So Cora is with her sister's fiance. They get abducted together, and now they are trapped in this dude's basement. And the dude is unhinged. Okay. So they're in the basement, and the dude, he rapes Cora right there in front of the future brother-in-law. Like, he has to watch this happen, and like he's tied up. Like, he can't really do anything. And so I'm really curious how this is going to work because it's definitely a dark book, but I think it's also like supposed to be a romance. So I don't know how it's going to work. And so that's why I'm reading because I'm really kind of curious. So I don't know. I'll keep you posted. It's not very long. I think it's like 12 hours maybe. So definitely keep you posted. Okay, so I am maybe 5 hours into Still Beating. And I don't know that I've given you any kind of like summary or synopsis for this one. But we're following this girl, Cora, and she ends up getting abducted with her sister's fiance, Dean. I think I told you his name was like Luke or something. That's a different book. But so Dean, Cora and Dean, they get abducted and they are in this dude's basement, and this dude is assaulting Cora, making Dean assault Cora, and all kinds of stuff. Like, it's very traumatic for them, and they hated each other before getting into this position, so it's a little bit different for them to be like each other's lifeline essentially. And it's okay so far. I don't know exactly how we're gonna go from here, because I think that this is supposed to be a love story, but like, that's your sister's fiance, so I don't know how that's gonna work out. Um, as of right now, we are dealing with the aftermath of everything and trying to figure out how everything's gonna go. Sorry, that's my phone. And I don't know. And I'm really curious about like the family dynamics and everything. Like, that's the whole story, is dealing with the family dynamics after this traumatic event that they've been through. And I'm really curious how all that's gonna go and how dramatic that's gonna get. Um, and I wonder how they're gonna work through this trauma that they've been through, because this is very traumatic. So I don't know. I'm almost halfway. I think it's like a 12, 13 hour audiobook. So I'm almost halfway. So might as well finish it, I guess. It's not like the worst thing ever. I don't know how I'm going to feel about the love story piece of this. I think that as far as like the trauma goes, that's really interesting. Just don't know about like the love story of it. So I'll keep you updated, but that's really all for now. Okay, so since my last update, I don't know how much I like this book. Still Beating, by the way, that's the one I'm reading. I just, I don't like the way that it's structured right now. So if you don't want to know anything at all about how it's structured, then this will be spoiler for you. But if you don't care about like the structure of things, then this will not be spoiler for you, so you'll be okay. So we have part one where we're following Cora and we're in Cora's perspective. That's the part of the story where we are in the basement, we're being held captive, right? Part two, we are following Dean. And Dean, why do I always call him Dean? I don't know that his name. His name is Dean. Can you tell I'm listening to too many books at once? Anywho, so we're following Dean's perspective in part two, and this is when we are now home and we're dealing with the aftermath of everything. I don't like that at all. I think that it would be better suited if we were following both of them throughout both of those parts rather than like we get all of her and then we get all of him. I think it would be much better if we got a mix. And you know who I would really like to hear from? I would really like to hear from his girlfriend, the one who he was supposed to be engaged to. They were getting married, and now he's like pulled away from her and like wants nothing to do with her and all these things. Like, I would like her perspective, because like that is emotionally taxing. Trying to be the strong one and trying to help him through this and trying to be patient of the fact that like I'm supposed to marry you, but now I don't even know that we're gonna get married. Like, I feel like that would be really hard, and I would really love to hear from her perspective. And I don't know. I really wonder what part three is gonna do. I wonder if we're gonna go back and forth or if we're gonna get the girlfriend's perspective, because I don't know. But I just don't care. And I want like more emotional depth, and we're not getting like a ton of emotional depth. And I just don't know. I think that I would like it better if we fell in love, like if Cora and Dean fell in love simply because the fact that they were groomed into this. Like, that was the whole purpose of them being like kidnapped or whatever, abductive, whatever. Like, that dude, like his goal is like he's done this multiple couples, is he has groomed them to fall in love. And if that was just the case, I think I would feel differently. But we keep having these flashbacks and we keep having Dean telling us, he's told us a couple of times, he liked Cora before he liked his current fiance, which means that it's not necessarily that you were groomed. It's that you already had this like underlying feelings, and this situation that you've been in, this traumatic event, has pulled all that out of you. So I don't like that. I mean, it's fine for a narrative perspective. And I mean, listen, I get it that we don't always need all relationships in books to be on the up and up. Like, people are messy, people are going to do stupid things. It's very human that someone along the line has fallen in love with their fiance's sibling. Like, that's very human. Not saying it's okay or that it's very common, but people do those kinds of things, you know? So it's not unheard of. And we don't need every character to be super likable and someone we super root for. But I think that by having him already have had feelings for her ahead of time, it undermines the fact that they went through this traumatic event. Does that make sense? That he's not falling in love with her just because he was groomed into it and because of trauma. It was already there. And I think that that undermines the trauma of it because they're going to blame the trauma. They're going to be like, oh, it's just trauma. Like, that's why he's falling in love with her. No. He was already, he already liked her 15 years ago. And he's been teasing her ever since. And it's been him latently flirting with her. Like, he didn't fall in love with her because of trauma. And so, yeah, I don't know. I don't much care for it. But I'm like almost done. And I'm really curious what this third part's going to be. So I'll probably finish it. Okay, so I think I told you that I was DNFing Still Beating. Actually, I don't know that I've told you that. So let me back up a second. Okay. Yesterday I was listening to Still Beating and I wasn't like super into it. It's fine. I really wanted it to go like more in depth on the trauma and the healing process and those types of things. But it really is just like their love story, which according to ChatGPT, that's the whole premise of the book is it's a dark romance. So I should have just like known that. But I don't really like read the descriptions of books a whole lot just for like when I got to tell you what they're about. Sometimes I don't even do that. So I hear about a book and then I don't even know exactly what genre it's in or whatever. I'm just like, oh, okay, that sounds good. So I didn't realize it was a dark romance. And so I just didn't really care about the romance. And I was a little over halfway. And at that point, if you don't care about the romance, then it's probably not a good look. So I was asking ChatGPT, don't judge me, if I should continue reading it because I don't know anyone that's read it. And so I was like, should I just keep reading it? And Chat's like, it focuses more on the romance and the lighter half. So if you already don't like the romance, then you're probably not going to like it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it's fine. So I'll just DNF it. So I DNF'd it on Chat's recommendation. So you can judge me, it's fine. But now I have started Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And I really love her romances. I read One True Loves or something, and that one was really good. And then now I'm gonna read Forever Interrupted, and this one I've already started. I'm only like an hour in, and I'm already like hooked. Like, this is the emotional thing that I was wanting, so I'm already in. We're following Elsie, and Elsie is a young girl. She just got married to this dude Ben. They've been married like a week. They don't have their marriage certificate yet, and or marriage license, whatever it's called. I don't know until I've not been married, and so they've only been married like 9 days, and he gets killed. Like, this is the whole premise of the book, right? So he gets killed, and she's never met the mother-in-law ever. Like, I don't know how you don't meet her. And apparently, like they met and then got married, and it was kind of like a whirlwind kind of thing. But how do you not know? And so, like, they're having to deal with the grief, and the mother-in-law is like, I don't know who you are, and like, I don't want anything to do with you. And that's terrifying. And I mean, I can imagine you just got married and your husband is already dead. So heartbreaking. And so I'm so excited about this. But I think we're getting two timelines. Sorry about my band-aid. Um, we're getting two timelines. We're getting the timeline of their love story, and then we're getting the timeline of the after he dies when she's having to like reconcile all of this and deal with it. And so I'm super excited. And listen, it's been a long day already. Okay. I had volleyball this morning at got there like 7:30. They started at 8 for like scrimmages. They're summer scrimmages, by the way. So they're gonna be out there all day. But I'm going to the boyfriend's. And so I have my second coffee of the day. Look how pretty this is. See that? It's called a Neapolitan. I don't know, Neapolitan. And I have no idea how it's gonna be. So I'm gonna drink that
on my way to see the boyfriend and get a lot of reading done. But if I remember, I will let you know how this coffee is. I may not like it. I don't know. It looks really good. I don't know what this pink stuff is. I'm hoping it just looks pink. I don't know. I'm hoping it's not weird. But anyways, sorry, that was really close. Yeah, I'm gonna read and I will check in with you later.
All right, I'm gonna be real. I have no idea what my last clip said. So if I repeat anything in this clip that I just said in the last clip, I'm so sorry, but it's been a minute and I have no idea what I said. But I loved Forever Interrupted. This is the kind of story that I absolutely love. Now, I didn't cry or anything, but this is the story I love. I love a story about grief. Like, I don't know what it is, but I love a story with grief in it. It just feels like so real and raw and like gut wrenching. And I just eat it up. Like, I absolutely love it. And I really loved this one. I loved Elsie's voice in this. I loved the interactions. I love that she seemed very real. Like the way that she handled the grief and the way that she interacted with people after it, it felt very real. Like this is how a real person is likely to respond in this situation. And I couldn't be happier with how this book turned out. I don't know if I told you, but we also get the perspective of their love story interwoven into the story as we're getting Elsie's part with like the grief and the aftermath of her husband dying. And I love that. I love the fact that each of the pieces that we're getting, they're connected to like the present day, which is so cool. And it just really felt very connected in the story. And Taylor Jenkins Reid did a really good job with her timeline and how all of those pieces connected to the next section. Well thought out, super loved it. I don't know that I've read a lot of Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think I've only read like 3 of her books, and 2 of those I have absolutely loved. So maybe I should try more. What other ones of Taylor Jenkins Reid's Taylor What other books have you guys read by Taylor Jenkins Reid that you've just loved? Like you just felt so much emotion in. I know that people talk about like what is it, Atmosphere and Malibu Rising, but I just don't know. Like those never really seem to intrigue me. Oh, or Carrie Soto is back. I think that's one of hers. Those never really seemed interesting to me. But if you've read them, you could totally convince me in the comments to read any of those or any of her others because I really like how she writes and I love the voice in the story and I loved the banter and the back and forth between Elsie and her husband. I thought it was just fantastic. Like loved it. And I love that we got grief on different levels as well, because Ben, when he died, his mom lost a son, so we're also getting a little bit of like her grief and her relationship with Elsie, but we're also getting like, um, might be a little bit spoilery, so I'll be very vague. We also get grief from other perspectives and in other relationships, and it just hit the way it was supposed to hit, and I'm super glad that I read this one. But yeah, guys, so that is my TBR vlog for now. I've already got the books picked out for my next one, but you'll have to stay tuned for that. Let me know if you've read any of these. What books are you reading? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.